Top 12 perennials to start in late September. Gorgeous color from fall through spring. Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to Earthly Delights, where soil meets soul and every garden dream takes root. If you've clicked on this video, chances are you see yourself in one of these familiar pictures. Maybe you're the homeowner who longs to transform a bare patch of yard into a colorful sanctuary. Or perhaps you're the busy gardener who sneaks outside between work and family duties, wishing for plants that practically care for themselves. Some of you may be new plant lovers who bought a first pot of daisies this summer and felt the quiet joy of watching them bloom. Others are seasoned growers who've seen gardens freeze, fall, and rise again with every season. What we all share is that longing, wanting our spaces indoors and out to feel alive, peaceful, and bursting with beauty. Here's the secret. Late September is one of the most powerful windows in the gardening year, the perfect time to plant perennials that will reward your patience with color from fall all the way into spring. Over the next few minutes, I'll share 12 of my favorite choices that not only thrive in cooler soil, but also create lasting connections with pollinators, with nature, and with your own sense of accomplishment. So settle in, picture your dream garden, and let's explore together. And before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Earthly Delights so you'll never miss the gardening wisdom and inspiration waiting for you here. Part 1. Strong foundation builders. When you're planting in late September, the smartest move is to start with perennials that lay down strong roots and keep your garden vibrant all year long. These are the backbone plants, the ones that stay reliable through frost, heat, or busy weeks when life pulls you away. Think of them as steady friends, setting the stage for every burst of spring color to shine brighter. 1. Coral bells, Heuchera. If you've ever wished for a plant that looks beautiful in every season without demanding constant attention, coral bells are your answer. With their ruffled leaves painted in shades of deep burgundy, lime green, silver, and even fiery orange, they turn the garden into a living canvas. Unlike flowers that come and go, Heuchera keeps its foliage year-round, offering steady color when other plants fade. In late September, planting coral bells gives their roots time to settle deeply into the cool soil, so by spring, they'll burst forward with even stronger growth. For busy gardeners or those who sometimes forget to water, this plant is forgiving, thriving in part shade and well-drained soil. And here's a bonus. Delicate, bell-shaped blooms rise above the leaves in late spring, gently swaying in the breeze and inviting pollinators like hummingbirds to visit. Whether you're edging a shady pathway, brightening a container on your patio, or adding depth to a perennial border, coral bells quietly weave beauty into every corner. 2. Hellebor's Lenten Rose. If you're the kind of gardener who craves color when winter feels endless, hellebores are nothing short of magical. Often called the Lenten rose, these hardy perennials are among the very first to bloom, sometimes pushing through snow as early as February. Imagine stepping outside after months of gray skies and seeing soft pinks, creamy whites, or even deep purples quietly opening in your garden. It feels like nature whispering, spring is on its way. Planting hellebores in late September allows them to establish their root systems before cold weather sets in, ensuring strong growth and dependable blooms when the new year arrives. They thrive in part shade, making them perfect companions under trees or beside fences where other flowers hesitate. And because their leathery evergreen foliage holds up through most of the year, they keep your garden looking alive when other perennials retreat. Best of all, hellebores are long-lived, low-maintenance, and deer-resistant, so once you tuck them into your garden, they reward you with beauty and resilience for decades to come. 3. Bergenia elephant's ears. Bergenia is one of those plants that quietly steals the show without needing to shout for attention. Nicknamed elephant's ears because of its large leathery leaves, it offers something special for every season. In late September, when you plant Bergenia, its roots settle into the cool soil and prepare for a stunning spring display of clusters of pink, magenta, or white flowers that rise above the foliage like tiny bouquets. But here's the hidden charm. As autumn deepens and winter approaches, those broad green leaves often turn shades of bronze, red, or even deep purple, adding warmth and texture when the rest of the garden looks bare. Bergenia thrives in part shade and tolerates a wide range of soils, making it a forgiving choice for both beginners and seasoned gardeners. Its evergreen foliage also works beautifully along paths or as ground cover, where it creates a bold backdrop for more delicate blooms. With minimal care, just a little cleanup of old leaves each spring, Virginia rewards you with year-round presence, color shifts, and resilience that make it a true foundation builder in your garden. Part 2. Pollinator and wildlife favorites. Every thriving garden has a heartbeat, and that rhythm comes from the buzz of bees, the flutter of butterflies, and even the cheerful visits of songbirds. In late September, planting perennials that draw in pollinators sets the stage for a lively, self-sustaining ecosystem. These plants don't just add beauty, they bring movement, sound, and life to your garden. 4. Russian sage, Perovskia atriplycifolia. If your dream garden includes clouds of color that dance in the breeze with almost no effort on your part, Russian sage is a must. This perennial thrives when planted in late September, using the cool soil to anchor its roots before winter sets in. By summer, it rewards you with tall, airy stems covered in tiny lavender blue flowers, creating a soft, romantic haze that glows in the sunlight. The silvery green foliage adds contrast against darker plants, making it a striking companion to evergreens or bold bloomers. Beyond its beauty, Russian sage is a magnet for bees and butterflies, ensuring your garden hums with life. Yet it remains deer and rabbit resistant, so you can enjoy its charm without worry. For busier beginner gardeners, Russian sage is refreshingly low maintenance. It thrives on neglect, tolerates drought, and needs little more than well-drained soil in a sunny spot. Whether you're filling in an empty border, edging a pathway, or looking for that wild meadow look, Russian sage delivers both structure and whimsy, an effortless way to make your garden feel alive. 5. Black-eyed Susan, Rudbeckia hirta. Few plants radiate joy as effortlessly as the black-eyed Susan. With their golden yellow petals surrounding a bold, dark center, these perennials seem to beam like little suns across your garden. Planting them in late September is a gardener's secret to stronger, deeper roots that will carry them through heat, drought, and even windy conditions once summer returns. By late spring and well into fall, they burst into bloom, painting your beds and borders with a cheerful glow that refuses to go unnoticed. Pollinators adore them. Bees, butterflies, and even birds come flocking to feast on their nectar and seeds. They're also remarkably forgiving, making them ideal for gardeners who sometimes forget to water or don't have perfect soil. Black-eyed Susans thrive in zones 4 through 9, soaking up the sun and multiplying year after year, creating drifts of color that only get better with time. For those who want low-maintenance beauty with maximum impact, these perennials are true companions, reminding you every season that resilience can be radiant. 6. Coneflowers, Echinacea. If you've ever wanted a perennial that balances toughness with stunning beauty, coneflowers deserve a place in your garden. Known for their daisy-like petals and prominent cone-shaped centers, they come in a wide spectrum of colors: classic purple, fiery orange, bright pink, and even creamy white. Planting coneflowers in late September allows their roots to strengthen through the cool months, so by the time summer arrives, they explode into long-lasting blooms that keep going well into fall. These resilient perennials are beloved not just by gardeners, but by pollinators of every kind. Bees sip their nectar, butterflies dance among the blossoms, and in late autumn, birds feast on their seed-filled cones. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil, yet they're tough enough to handle drought and poor conditions, making them perfect for both careful planters and those who garden on the go. Coneflowers also add structure, standing tall and proud among lower-growing companions. For many gardeners, they become more than just flowers. They're symbols of endurance and a reminder that beauty can thrive even in the harshest conditions. Part 3. Bulbs for early spring magic. There's something enchanting about bulbs planted in fall. They slip quietly into the soil now, only to surprise you with bursts of color when the world still feels gray and cold. Starting them in late September gives them the perfect head start, ensuring your garden greets spring with joy, fragrance, and a promise that brighter days are just around the corner. 7. Mini daffodils, Narcissus. Mini daffodils are like little rays of bottled sunshine waiting underground all winter, just to burst forth in early spring. Their petite size makes them perfect for tucking into containers, rock gardens, or along the edges of perennial borders where they can catch the eye without overwhelming the space. Planting them in late September is ideal. The cool soil encourages strong root development, and by March or April, you will be greeted with cheerful yellow blooms that last longer than you expect. Their fragrance is light yet uplifting, the kind that instantly makes you pause and smile. Another gift they bring? They're wonderfully deer and rabbit resistant, which means you don't have to worry about hungry visitors nibbling away your hard work. Mini daffodils also naturalize beautifully, multiplying year after year until your garden seems to glow brighter each spring. For busy gardeners or beginners, they're nearly foolproof. Plant them once, and they return like old friends. Whether you're filling patio pots or brightening a pathway, mini daffodils are proof that small flowers can spark big joy. 8. Grape hyacinths, Muscari. If you've ever wanted a carpet of jewel-toned blooms that feels almost magical, grape hyacinths are the perfect choice. Despite their name, these petite bulbs aren't grapes at all. They produce clusters of tiny bell-shaped flowers that resemble miniature bunches, usually in deep blue, but also in shades of white, pink, and even bicolor varieties. Plant them in late September, and they'll use the cool months to settle in, emerging in early spring when you need a burst of cheer the most. They naturalize quickly, which means that each year you'll see more and more of them popping up, spreading into charming drifts across your garden or containers. Grape hyacinths look stunning at the front of borders, tucked beneath the shrubs, or mixed with taller spring bulbs like daffodils and tulips to create layered color displays. Beyond their beauty, they're low maintenance and resilient, tolerating less than perfect soil and coming back faithfully with very little care. For gardeners who want big impact with little effort, grape hyacinths are a gift. You plant them once and they'll keep surprising you season after season with their sweet clusters of color. 9. Allium flowering onion. If you're looking to add both elegance and a touch of whimsy to your garden, alliums are the showstoppers you need. These bulbs, when planted in late September, settle into the soil quietly, preparing to erupt in late spring or early summer, with giant globe-like flower heads made up of dozens, sometimes hundreds, of tiny star-shaped blossoms. Their rich purple hues are the most popular, but you can also find varieties in pink, white, or even yellow, giving you plenty of options to match your style. Standing tall on sturdy stems, often 2 to 3 feet high, alliums bring a striking vertical element to your garden, rising above other blooms like fireworks frozen in time. Even after the flowers fade, their dried seed heads remain architectural and dramatic, extending their visual interest for weeks. Pollinators can't resist them, yet deer and rabbits tend to leave them alone, making them as practical as they are beautiful. Plant them in groups for the most dramatic effect. Think clusters of purple spheres floating above your garden bed. With minimal care required, alliums offer both artistry and resilience, transforming any space into a statement. 10. Snowdrops, Galanthus. Snowdrops are the gentle messengers of hope, often the very first flowers to appear when winter still lingers. Planting them in late September ensures they develop strong underground roots, ready to pierce through frozen soil with delicate white blooms as early as February. Their nodding bell-shaped flowers may seem small, but they carry powerful symbolism, reminding you that brighter days always return, no matter how long the cold lasts. Snowdrops thrive in partial shade and moist, well-drained soil, making them perfect companions under trees or naturalized in woodland-style gardens. They spread gradually over time, forming charming drifts that look like a sprinkling of snow across your garden floor. For those who crave a low-maintenance perennial that rewards patience with early cheer, snowdrops are unmatched. They're also deer and rabbit resistant, sparing you the frustration of lost blooms. Imagine stepping outside on a crisp late winter morning, the air still frosty, and seeing these little white blossoms nodding gently in the breeze. It feels like your garden is whispering a promise of spring just around the corner. Part 4. Show-stopping drama queens. Every garden deserves a little flair. Those plants that make neighbors pause at the fence or guests ask, "Wait, What is that stunning flower? These are the bold performers, the drama queens of the perennial world. Planting them in late September ensures they'll rise in spring like true stars, commanding attention with their height, color, and unforgettable presence. 11. Crown Imperial, Fritillaria imperialis. Crown Imperials are the kind of flowers that instantly turn your garden into a royal stage. Standing tall on thick, sturdy stems, they can reach up to 3 feet in height, topped with a crown of downward-facing bell-shaped blooms in brilliant shades of orange or yellow or red. Planting them in late September gives these bulbs time to establish before winter, ensuring a spectacular show by mid-spring. Their dramatic appearance makes them perfect for planting in clusters, where they create a striking visual impact visible even from a distance. But crown imperials aren't just about looks. They also serve a practical purpose. Their strong, musky scent naturally repels garden pests like moles and voles, protecting nearby plants without chemicals. Gardeners who crave both beauty and function will find these flowers invaluable. With a flair that commands attention, they work wonderfully as centerpiece plants in borders or backdrops for smaller companions. Low maintenance once established, crown imperials remind you that gardening can be both practical and glamorous, a true balance of elegance and utility in every bloom. 12. Parrot tulips, Tulipa gesneriana var. Dracontia. If ever a flower could be called a masterpiece painted by nature, it would be the parrot tulip. With flamboyant, ruffled petals streaked in vivid shades of red, pink, yellow, green, and even purple, they look like living brushstrokes bursting out of the soil. Planting these tulip bulbs in late September allows them to nestle into the cool ground, storing energy for a dazzling display in mid to late spring. Unlike the neat traditional tulips, parrot tulips are dramatic, playful, and unapologetically bold, true divas of the garden. They grow best in full sun and well-drained soil, thriving when planted in groups for maximum impact. And while they make breathtaking additions to your borders, they truly shine as cut flowers, transforming any vase into a gallery-worthy centerpiece. Gardeners who long for something unique and conversation-starting will find joy in these tulips. Though they may need a little extra protection from strong winds due to their delicate petals, the reward is worth it. Blooms that turn your spring garden into a living canvas of color and imagination. Why late September? Perennials bring lasting beauty. And there you have it, 12 perennials that thrive when planted in late September, each one ready to reward you with months of color, texture, and joy. From the steady foliage of coral bells to the early whispers of snowdrops, from the pollinator favorites like coneflowers and Russian sage to the show-stopping drama of crown imperials and parrot tulips, these plants are more than just flowers. They are invitations to slow down, to reconnect with nature, and to create a space that reflects your heart. What makes this season so special is the gift of timing. Planting now means your perennials can rest and grow beneath the cool soil, building strength for the seasons ahead. By spring, they'll rise ready to dazzle, and by summer, you'll be grateful you gave them that head start. Whether you're a busy home, there's sneaking garden moments between life's demands, a new plant lover eager to learn, or a seasoned grower who knows the cycles of the earth, these perennials will meet you where you are and make your garden feel alive. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What perennial are you most excited to plant this fall? Have you tried any of these before, or is there one on your wish list for your dream garden? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your ideas inspire not only me, but also fellow plant lovers in our Earthly Delights community. And if you enjoyed today's journey through the garden, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring the bell so you never miss the next story, tip, or moment of inspiration. Until next time, keep growing, keep dreaming, and let your garden be your sanctuary.